Alright guys, so today is a really good day. Yesterday I was super sick, so I might even still sound sick. My nose is kind of clogged, but I feel much better. I wanted to make a video yesterday. I honestly tried to, even though I was sick and it just wasn't working. I was not feeling good. So today I feel much better and I'm super motivated to work on the cars, but there's nothing to really do on the 240 at all, so we're going to work on the E36. Yesterday, while I was sick, I grinded down some of the mounts that are unnecessary on this engine bay and smoothed it all out, along with doing that on the 240. So that's turned out good. We got his subframe back from the garage place. It's not garage-tastic. You guys were calling me out on that. I don't know what it is. But we got the reinforced subframe back. Looks good. Let me go over the cars.
It is garage-tastic.
I don't know. Maybe I was saying it wrong or something. But here's the things I grinded down. As you can see, the cruise control mounts, it's all smooth, bracket there. We gotta do ABS and stuff. Today we do gotta get this rear subframe back in. We gotta run up to the store and get some gear oil to reseal the diff. We're gonna put all the control arms back on, which are over there, get it all ready to go. If not, if we don't get it in, we'll at least have it pretty much ready to go. And then also today is a super exciting day because my over fenders are finally coming in the mail after like 3 months of waiting. I got Origin Type 3 55mm authentic over fenders that I'm super hyped about. I love authentic parts and I cannot wait to see them. I still got to get my front ones and everything and the full Origin body kit, but the shipment from Japan won't be for like another 6 to 7 months. So I'm not even going to order it right now. I'm just going to keep in contact with Resu and make sure I get the next shipment. But yeah, that's what's going on today. Let's get started. By the way, I think I mentioned this, but we do have the chase base clutch line. So what is the last thing we're waiting for? The brake, the ABS delete from chase base. So as soon as we get that, the engine can go back in now that we have the subframe. Are you even looking at me?
Oh shit, I need a brake booster now too.
Well, that can, I know you need that, but it can go in after the engine. That's not a big deal. Okay. So once we get the chase base delete kit for the ABS, we're good. We can put the engine back in. That's all we're waiting for. So right now, like I mentioned earlier, we sanded all this down and we want to do that with back here. So to get it out of the way, these are stock hard brake lines. They're pretty easy to bend. Just do it slow. Just bend that up. These, honestly, this doesn't even need to be bent. This can just be popped out of the plastic and then you can tuck it down here. It's stuck behind the clutch line, which is trash. So there's that, and now this one, just bend it down a little bit. There you go. So now we're just gonna take a soft pad and you just grind it pretty much down to the bare metal, and once the spot weld gets weak enough, it just pops off, and then you grind the spot weld, god damn. You grind the spot weld down to the flat metal and then just primer it with like a filler primer, and then sand it down and it's just buttery smooth. So let's get started. Alright, so Zach decided that he's gonna make me do a couple hours of work and make me stitch weld this whole engine bay. But he's taking out the seam sealer, and I can't put it on time lapse because it's like a huge mess. As you can see, it's already all over the couch. So he's gonna do that, and when he's done, we'll be back and then we'll get it prepped for welding, and hopefully we can get the subframe and everything back in the car today as well. Alright guys, so me and Zach just got back from the store. We had to go get some gear oil. We got some spray paint and some wire wheels to finish up doing his seam sealer. So let's go over that real quick. He's almost done. Just got to do these upper parts between the fender, and that'll be it. We're gonna stitch weld it. Alright, so Zach's almost finished up. Got all the seam sealer off on the shock towers. Just has a little bit on the back. Now he's getting a little bracket off back there. And then we'll get the final amount of the seam sealer off, and it'll be time to start welding. If you ain't gonna talk, I ain't gonna put your fancy recorded shots in there.
Shut the fuck up.
Am I supposed to just add 2 seconds of music in the background? Alright, that's it. Alright, so we're about to start welding the engine bay. We cleaned up the frame rails right here. We also have the subframe mounts. These are actually welded underneath, but they didn't weld right here, so we might as well just hit them. So we're gonna do there, around the shock tower. We can't do right here because we don't want to remove the fuse box. Honestly, 3 inches of not being welded is fine because the seam sealer is still there. Hit all the way down here, around this, down here, down there, and the same thing for this side. So let's get started, and we'll be right back when it's done. Alright, so the engine bay is completely done. Got the stitch welds all the way around. Down there. Same thing for over here. And then we also did the subframe mounts down there. So now Zach just has to sand most of it down so we can lay primer on all the welded parts. And then probably another day we're going to paint the entire engine bay. I was setting up the camera so I could come back and sit down. You lazy motherfucker. Yeah, you want the transfer between the metal and the paint to be smooth. I mean, we could come back and redo it, but why redo it when you do it the first? Gotta get this one.
Oh, I thought you were talking about this. I was like, this is bare metal.
No, you gotta.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking
don't act
about?
like you know what you're talking about, Zach.
Shut the fuck up.
You don't know shit.
I don't even have any sandpaper.
You don't have no sand? You just got paper?
Yeah.
Over here rubbing paper. Alright, so Zach had to leave, and I'm probably going to finish up this car today and the video by myself, obviously. Zach's gone. I think I'm going to put the rear back together for him, just because I know if I don't do it today, it's not going to be done for a couple days. And I have time, and it's a really nice day out, so yeah. We're going to throw it together. Pretty easy, it's just like any other rear end. It's a little more complicated than a 240 would be. Just because the control arms bolt up to the chassis too, not just the subframe. So you got to put the diff in last, or you can't get the tie rods in right here because the bolts are too long. So we're going to put the whole rear together without the diff, put it in the car, and then the diff will go in separate probably another day because we have to let the RTV dry. So let's get started throwing this thing together. Okay, so I had to run up to the store to get some bolts. I got some grade 8 bolts and just some regular stainless steel nuts. Zach lost them like he loses all the goddamn bolts. He never fucking picks them up. God damn it, Zach. I'm always fucking finding them and shit. Alright, so we got some new bolts. Pretty simple. Just get them lined up. Bam, right through. Alright, so the subframe is completely back together, except for the diff, obviously, but that's going to go in separate. So everything's good. I got fresh new bolts all the way on there. Yeah, so it's pretty much ready to go in there. It's pretty simple, so I'm not going to record me doing it. You kind of just jack it up. Normally you would jack it up from the diff, but since I don't have the diff, I'm going to have to figure out some weird, crazy way to jack it up. I would put the diff in, but we have to RTV it. Alright, so got the subframe bolted back in completely, and that's pretty much ready to go. Now, as you can see, we got to put the springs back in, hook the strut back up, and bolt this back up to the chassis, and we'll be good to go. And goes for the same on the other side. So, we're almost finished up. One step closer to running this thing, man. I cannot wait. Like, we are so close to getting this thing running. Like, once it's running, getting it driving will not be hard. It'll be a couple tiny things. So definitely look forward to the videos because they are coming soon. Alright guys, so it's all back together. The reason the jack's under there is because Zach lost the bolt to the strut, so yeah, it will fall down and the spring will come out if I don't leave the jack under there. But yeah, it's all back together. Zach had to go to work, so I told him I'd do it for him. Got it all together. Well, actually, he said I wasn't going to do it, but I did it. So yeah, Zach. Alright, so that's going to be the end of today's episode. Wow, I'm super dirty. We got a lot done. Super excited. Got a lot going on. Got a lot of parts on the way for Zach's car. Got parts on the way for my car. Like I said, you know, we had to get the Mac and the camera out of the way. Now that we got that out of the way, it is time to start ordering some parts and getting some parts in the mail. What's coming for the 240 full angle kit? Well, not angle, like piece together angle kit. You guys will see. E36, we got flares on the way. I got the 240's flares right in front of me. We got Zach's gonna order the wiring harness soon, the brake booster eliminator and all that. So definitely stay tuned. Don't forget to check out my social medias in the description. Add me on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter for all the early updates. And definitely also check out Mean Street Vapor if you are into vaping. It's definitely gonna be in the description. Definitely a cool company, has a lot of good accessories and stuff in your vaping and a lot of flavor, like a lot of crazy juices that I just can't explain. But definitely check them out, guys, and we will catch you next time.